All right, let's jump right in. To really get our heads around a huge, complex problem, we're going to start with a super simple story. It's a tale of two monkeys.
Okay, so picture this in your head. There's one monkey, and this monkey has so many bananas, get this, he's bathing in them. I mean, we're talking about just an insane level of excess here. And then you have the other monkey. And this one is so hungry, so desperate, that he's actually eating the banana peels that the first monkey just casually tosses aside. Now, here's the part that really gets you. They live in the same jungle, side by side. So you have to ask, right? How is it even possible for two completely different worlds to exist in the exact same place? To figure this out, we've got to dive a little deeper into this jungle and, get to know our two monkeys a bit better. Let's take a look.
So, on one hand, you've got the wealthy monkey. For him, bananas aren't even really food. They're a toy, a luxury, something to play with, to waste. But then you look at the struggling monkey. For him, life is anything but a game. It's just a constant, grinding battle to survive.
So, as you've probably guessed, this isn't really a story about monkeys. It's an analogy. It's a metaphor for our world. So, let's break down what it all means.
The monkeys? Well, that's us. That's people.
And the bananas, what do you think they are? They're money, wealth, all the resources that make our world go round. And just like that, we're back in our own world. A world where some people have so much money they don't know what to do with it, they invest it, play with it, while other people are literally counting pennies just to get by. It's the same planet, right? The same economy, but the lives we lead can be completely, totally different. But why? Why does this happen? And maybe the bigger question is, why does it feel like that gap between the two just keeps getting wider and wider? Let's dig into that. Okay, here's the absolute core of it. When you're rich, you have money, and your money goes out and works for you. It makes more money all by itself through things like investments. But if you're poor, you need money, so you have to work for it. You're trading your time and your energy just to get by. And this is what makes it so tough. Think about it. The cost of everything, food, housing, you name it, it's going up, and it's going up fast. But are wages keeping up? Not even close. That growing space between the two, that's the squeeze. That's the gap getting wider every single year. We always hear this sort of common wisdom about how to get ahead, right? Let's take a closer look at the advice that's usually handed out to people who are struggling. I'm sure you've heard it a million times. Just work harder, you need to save more money, be patient, your time will come. And what this does is it puts all the pressure, all the responsibility right on the individual. But let's be real for a second. Is effort really the only thing that matters here? Is our struggling monkey just lazy? Is that why the other one is swimming in bananas? Here's another way to think about it. For someone who's poor, life is like walking a tightrope without a net. One tiny mistake, a surprise medical bill, your car breaking down, and it's a devastating fall. But for the rich, they've got a massive safety net. A big mistake might sting a little, but for them, it's often just a learning experience before they bounce right back. So, see, this isn't really about laziness. It's about imbalance. The game is just set up differently depending on where you start. Okay, so if the problem isn't the individual, then what is it? This gets us to the most important point of this whole story. Let's say it again. The problem isn't the monkey. It's not the fault of the individual when they're struggling to find a single banana in a jungle that's literally overflowing with them. The problem is the jungle. It's the system itself, the rules of the game. It's all about how those bananas get handed out in the first place. And really, that's the bottom line, isn't it? We can talk about working harder until we're blue in the face. But until we actually start to question the rules of the jungle, until we ask if the way we share the bananas is fair, someone is always going to be stuck eating the peel. Which brings us right back to where we started. Same world, different lives. The real question isn't whether it has to be this way. The real question is, what are we going to do about it?